Welcome, sweet friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy, my husband's Paul. We're so happy you have joined us today. Today's video, we're going to be talking about using what you already have inside your home. We're going to show you a fun DIY using what we had. We're going to make a delicious, yummy treat from what we had in our refrigerator. We're going to show you what to repurpose, how to repurpose, what to use instead of. So we hope this video is super encouraging, helpful, and basically saves you a bit of money. Let's get right to tip number one. Our last video was about habits we want to break for 2026. And one of the ones that we encourage you to kind of think about or maybe cut down on is paper towels. And I know a lot of you said, oh my goodness, I don't know how we would do that. But let me give you an example of something you can use that would cost a heck of a lot less and is really a pretty good substitute for paper towels. And that is coffee filters. Good old coffee filters are still available to buy. They are super inexpensive. You get a big package of them for just a couple of dollars. And they are great for so many things. Absorbing greasy foods like French fries and bacon. They're great for cleaning your windows. They are amazing. They leave no residue, no streaks. They're also really good as a disposable spoon rest if you've got a lot of stuff going on in your kitchen and you've got dirty spoons laying all over. Put them on a coffee filter. Keep your counter clean. If you look online, there are so many ways to use coffee filters. That is something that is not very expensive and is a great multi-use product. And a package of coffee filters costs a lot less than paper towels. Number two, next time you buy a loaf of bread and it comes in a plastic bag, do not throw that plastic bag away. One of the things that we like to use it for is sharing plants with other people. If you're transplanting some plants and you want to share with a neighbor, a plastic bread bag is great because you can take the roots, wet them, put them in the bag, and then deliver them to neighbor or a loved one. Use those bread bags to store baked goods. If you make homemade bread, store your bread in them. We use them when Dixie goes out. They are great to clean up after Dixie. Before you throw them away, think about it. How can you use them? Number three, you get free storage jars for food every time you buy something in a glass jar. This little jar right here, it had candied cherries in it from Trader Joe's, and I fell in love with this little jar. What am I going to do with it? We made homemade fig preserves the other day. These are not shelf stable. We got to keep them in the refrigerator. But I am going to gift someone this little jar filled with these delicious fig preserves. Put a ribbon around it, make it look beautiful. And if you want a tutorial on how I made these fig preserves with just a ring of dried figs, let me know. I will definitely show you because I'm going to be making a lot more of these. If you've ever looked at the price of fig preserves, they are so expensive. This was a great little recipe. But getting back to our topic, so many items come in glass jars. Before you toss them, think, can I use them to store some dry goods in? Possibly oats or rice, things like that. They're a great way to preserve food. Always make sure you wash them with soap and water and dry them completely. Make sure they are clean before you store any kind of food in those jars. And of course, make sure the jars are food safe as well. Before we get to tip number 4, we're going to show you a fun DIY we did using things from around the house, leftover Christmas cards, a frame, some wrapping paper. It came out so cute. Let's see what we created. Do you ever have a corner of the kitchen or an end table that you want to brighten up for the holidays. We're going to do just that, but we are going to use what we have. I have a picture frame. If I see them at tag sales, this one's actually from the Dollar Tree, and I pick them up sometimes just to keep them for crafts. This is glass I'm using, so you got to be careful with that. Now what I did was I just cut a really pretty piece of wrapping paper. I love this one because it's got that retro vibe. For Christmas, I thought this was so fun. You can use any pretty wrapping paper you have. So what we're gonna do is we are just going to cut this to fit our frame. When I get Christmas cards and they are really pretty, I always cut off the front picture and save them. They make wonderful gift tags. You can take a present, wrap it in tissue paper, and put one of these on top, and it'll just make the package look beautiful. So anytime I get one of these, I put it aside. I'm going to look through these, find something that'll go with this. So let's see what we have here. That's kind of neat. Okay, let's put that to the side maybe. All right, I think I found the one I want to use. It's got a retro print on it of Santa. This looks like it's going to be perfect on this retro print. How cute is this? I'm gonna turn this over. I'm gonna take our paper out. You could be really professional and measure this. So what I did was I just put little pieces of tape on the back because I don't want to glue it down. What I'm gonna do is just put this right in the frame. Clip the sides down. Even if you have a little paper overlap, just bend it, it's fine. Look at how adorable this is. Now I had these in with my Christmas decorations, little snowflakes. I thought these were so cute. I just put a little piece of double-sided tape on that. Look at how adorable this is, using what you have. I also switched it out with this card, and I love this one as well. Take those Christmas cards you get that have beautiful covers on them, save them. What an easy, adorable DIY, brighten up any corner of your home. But it also would make beautiful wall decor. I think that is adorable. So there you go, use what you have. Number 4. What we do is we keep a plastic freezer bag in the freezer. And every time we have some kind of vegetable scrap, I scrub my carrots really well, peel them, and I will take those peels, put them in this bag in the freezer. If I use celery and have the tops, I will break them off, put them in the bag in the freezer. If we cook a roasted chicken, I will take the carcass of the chicken and put it in the bag with those vegetables. And that bag stays in the freezer until I'm ready to make a crock pot of broth. Now, maybe it would be beef bones in there instead of chicken. Whatever it is. And then once that bag is nice and full, and so many times you've seen me do this on the channel, I take the bag, I put it in the crock pot, fill it up with water, add some seasoning, and what a beautiful broth you will have. Before you throw those vegetable scraps away, if they are good quality and they're not yucky, put them in a bag in the freezer and you will have the makings of a wonderful stock. Number 5, something else that we use here in the home to do some cleaning is basic white vinegar and water. What a great cleaner that makes. Spray it around areas and just wipe it down. Vinegar smell does not last, but it just makes everything so nice and clean. Now, do not use this on stone or granite. Definitely not. We use it around our sink and around the bathroom sink upstairs. It really is such a wonderful cleaner. It costs literally pennies. Number 6. Another way to beat those high prices of paper towels is start keeping and cutting up old towels, old washcloths, old t-shirts. They make great rags. Let's say Dixie eats something that doesn't agree with her, maybe. You take a piece of the rag and you just wipe it up and throw it away. This way we are not wasting paper towels. We are not spending a lot of money on them. Cut up t-shirts and towels. You can clean with them, especially if it's something like vinegar and not a harsh chemical. You can put them right in the washing machine and wash them, reuse them again. Paul uses these rags as well in the garage. We're not wasting paper products. Who doesn't have old t-shirts or old towels or dish towels? They all can be turned into useful cloth rags. Number 7, when you are done with your toothbrush, do not throw it away. It makes an awesome cleaning tool for those hard to reach places around your sink drain, around the faucet handles, in the corner of your bathtubs, on grout, windowsills. I get into the corner of the windowsill and then just wipe it down with a rag. That's just another way to use up what's already in your home. Now we're going to take a break for a minute. Our son came over the other day and I was working on making a napkin holder for cookies and I was watching different videos and I could not get this right. Our son came over and he's like, oh yeah, I'll show you how to do it. You've got to see the adorable treat holder a simple household napkin can make. Our son is going to show us this next one. He's really good at this spatial kind of folding stuff. After the holidays, I always grab some holiday napkins. So I think I paid, like, what did we get these for? A couple of, 50 cents at Acme, I guess?
Yes.
You know us, we don't use paper products very rarely, but around the holidays, we do sometimes pull them out when they are super cheap like this. First thing we're going to do is take the napkin and put it on a diagonal. Then we're going to take the bottom half, fold it up, so it's in half now.
Then we bring it back, fold this little corner to about here. And then we're going to take this, fold it about here. And we're going to take the left corner first and fold it right about here. And then take the other corner and place it right about here. Then we take the right corner and the left corner. We insert them into this little slot, just like that, and we press down.
Then you have this wonderful little pocket. You're going to fill it with a delicious piece of Christmas bread or cookies, something that when people can pick it up, they have their napkin and the delicious treat in one little package. Absolutely perfect, so pretty. What a great way to make a grab-and-go treat so much easier. I thought it was only fair that you should see the face that went with the hands. If you are someone who makes gingerbread cookies or beautiful decorated cookies, think how lovely they would look in that little napkin as a presentation on a platter. And everyone can just grab it. I thought that was such a clever idea. So hopefully some of you will use that. Let's get back to our tips. Number 8, old sock. One of the best cleaning tools. Put them on like mittens and clean your ceiling fan blades. They work so well. Blinds, you can get your hand and just wipe down the blind. It comes out so well. Use them to reach into the corners of the dashboard in your car, into like the little areas where you close the door, your cup holders. They work wonders. So another great tip, think before you toss this stuff out. Number 9 is old shower curtains. Now we have a liner and we have a shower curtain. Now what we do when the liners or the shower curtains get old, we use them as drop cloths if we do any kind of painting project. We also use them in the trunk of our car to just keep the trunk clean. If we go to the beach, sandy stuff goes on top of the liner. If we get plants at a nursery, that goes on top of the liner. It's a great way to keep your trunk clean, or if you're painting the carpeting, your furniture, whatever. Before you throw out those shower curtains and the liners, give them a good washing and then use them for lots of different projects within the home. Number 10, cardboard egg cartons. They are wonderful as seed starters for the springtime. They're made of paper. They're going to disintegrate. Do not use the styrofoam ones. That's going to be harmful. Don't do that. What you're going to do is just put your soil in, plant your seeds, get those seedlings going, and then that little bit of cardboard can be put right in the ground with the seedling without disturbing the roots. It is a wonderful way to transplant plants. Another thing you can use them for is to separate craft projects. If you do beadwork or you have any kind of small little pieces, use a clean egg carton. You can even use the styrofoam for this. Use those little compartments for organization, for arts and crafts, for buttons. Separate things in a drawer. The possibilities are endless with an empty, clean egg carton. And now we're going to get into the kitchen and we're going to create a yummy treat using stuff we have in the refrigerator, bits and pieces. But wow, was this delicious. So let's turn this camera around and get into the kitchen. So you look at our refrigerator and you think, wow, they do not have much in there. But we're going to show you what we're going to make from what is in here. We do need to go food shopping, but let's just take a peek and see what we have. Okay, so we do have a dozen eggs. That's a piece of ham, some leftover mashed potatoes, basic condiments. I've got a lemon here. We've got some baby arugula, a banana that needs to be used, a little bit of ricotta cheese, milk, a little heavy cream. Raya's in the back, my sourdough starter. And we've got some cranberries and onions, a pomegranate. Actually, we do have a lot of food. I've got some lettuce, carrots, celery. We've got apples and little cuties. Gotta use this. A piece of mozzarella cheese, some dates and figs. So we do have food, definitely, but it's like bits and pieces of stuff. So I'm always telling you to use what you have. So let's start right now. Let's grab some cranberries. I have a little bit of pecans left from Thanksgiving. I made a pecan pie. You think I would have used them all, but I didn't. And I'm also going to grab cuties. So let's see what we can come up with just with that so far. This is going to definitely be a use up what you have kind of recipe. We're going to make some cranberry orange bread, but some of the ingredients we don't have, so we're going to improvise. In this bowl right here, I have 2 cups flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And what I'm going to do is just whisk this together. It is 10 degrees here in New York this morning. It is so cold. So this is a great day to make some holiday bread that we can either eat now or put in the freezer. It says we need 3/4 cups of orange juice. I don't have any orange juice, but I do have a bottle of orange seltzer left over from Thanksgiving. My brothers love seltzer, and I do have some of those little cuties. So we're going to take the juice from some cuties and add it to the orange flavored seltzer. This is going to be so good. Trust me. Use what you have. We need 1/4 cup of butter, 1 egg. I'm going to need a tablespoon of orange zest, but I'm going to use clementine zest, which will be just as good. And again, we'll take the juice from 3 of these for this recipe. I need 1.5 cups of fresh cranberries. We have that here. And I need a half a cup of pecans. Let's see how much is in there. Well, we have a little less than a half a cup, but that's going to be fine. There's no worries there. And 1 cup of white granulated sugar. So this is all our ingredients. Nothing crazy, all stuff we have already. So we did whisk all our dry ingredients. First thing I want to do is zest that tablespoon of orange. This is one of the greatest little inventions Paul gave me for Christmas several years ago. It's a zester. And what's so neat is the back comes off and you can just take the zest out. So I need about a tablespoon. I thoroughly washed the clementine. So I'm just going to zest this until I have about a tablespoon. And you don't want to get the white pith, that's a little bitter. We just want that beautiful orange outside color. So in my little grater, I have all this beautiful zest. We're going to add that to our dry flour ingredients. And we're also going to add our half a cup of pecans. And I did just crush them a little bit. So we're going to add that right into the flour mixture, as well as our 1.5 cups of cranberries that I did wash. Now I'm just going to take my whisk and whisk this all together. You can smell that orange zest. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to take our egg, our butter, and our sugar, and we're going to cream that all together in my KitchenAid. Our butter, egg, and sugar have all been creamed together. Now we're going to come here, and I'm going to take my cuties, put them in my squeezer, and we're going to see how much juice we can get out of these 3 little cuties. We need 3/4 cup. We've got about 2/3, so I'm going to use a little bit of our seltzer right to there. There we go. Those cuties were not amazing. I mean, they were okay, but So this is actually a great way to use them. So now we're going to add the orange juice right to our butter and sugar mixture. Always remember to scrape your containers. So much flavor left. Now I'm going to give this a whisk. I have no idea what that carbonation is going to do to this recipe, but hey, it's not going to be bad, I'm sure. We're going to add the flour mixture to the wet mixture. The recipe says that we should beat this all together. Now, one thing I'll tell you, when you're making quick breads, don't beat the dry and the wet together. Just kind of fold it together. Because the less you work this batter, the more tender the loaf will be. So we're not going to beat this. We're just mixing it together like this. If you don't like the cranberries whole, you can definitely chop them up. I'm just going to finish mixing this together. Remember, our butter was on this wrapper. If I didn't need this right now, this butter wrapper would go in the refrigerator until I needed to grease something. Right now, I am taking it though, and I am greasing our 9x5 pan with it. Perfect way to not waste what is on the wrapper. Now we're just going to transfer this right to this pan. This looks so beautiful. Just because I'm me, I'm going to take a little bit of cinnamon and put it on top. I think the cinnamon with the orange and the cranberry. And then on top of that, I'm going to take a little bit of sugar in the raw, turbinado sugar, and we're going to put that on top for a sweet crunch. How delicious. We're going to put this in a 350-degree oven for about an hour. We will use a toothpick in the middle to make sure it's done. Do not waste that oven heat on just this. Throw in some potatoes, bake a loaf of bread, put your dinner casserole in, whatever you want to do, use up that oven heat. So here we go. This cooked for 1 hour and 10 minutes. Look at the height on this. It smells so good. It's still warm. I let it cool in the pan for probably 20 minutes and then took a knife, went around the edges. Look at that beautiful, sweet, crispy topping. This is going to be so good. So we're going to let it cool completely. And then Paul's going to take a taste test, and also the original recipe will be listed down below, but hey, again, we used what we had.
So we're going to try the cranberry pecan nut bread that we made using things we had in the refrigerator. Look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. And it smells great. Let's try it out. Wow, you have the tanginess of the cranberries, but you can taste the orange on top of it. So it gives you that citrusy, kind of like a citrus blast. And then the sweetness of the bread, it's just delicious. This is a perfect holiday treat. You could actually probably make these in a muffin tray maybe, and give them out as gifts to your friends. Maybe put 2 or 3 of them together, tie them up with a little cloth. These are absolutely delicious. Wonderful. Paul approved.
That recipe was so Paul approved. And what I did was I cut some slices for my father-in-law and I put cream cheese in the middle, made little sandwiches, cut it into bite-sized pieces, and we took it over to him at the rehabilitation center and he devoured it. Well, he did save one little package for later, but he loved it. What a wonderful festive bread. You can take it, wrap it well, put it in the freezer for gift giving at a later date. So delicious, so festive. And you saw we used what we had. We didn't have orange juice. We figured it out. Give that recipe a try. I will link the original down below. We thank you so much for sharing this time with us. This list is endless. We could go on and on with different ways to save money using things you already have in the home. And our question of the day, leave any of your best go-to reimagine, repurposed, reused tips that you do in your own home with things that you have. Because you won't only encourage us, but our viewers as well. And we are so thankful for that. We thank you so much again for spending this time with us. We ask that you give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Come on in and be part of our family. We ask you to be well. We ask you to be safe. And above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God greatly bless you.